Okay, so Barry Switzer threw the horns up, and we got to talk about it after the bumper.
Don't be cornering me. Hold up. Time. You gotta help me with that corner
What's up, kinfolk? It's RJ Young. I'm not on a step mill. Consider hitting the like and subscribe button because I upload a video every single day. So it's college football related, sports related. We have a good time. And today, I want to talk about Oklahoma Sooners football coaching legend, Barry Switzer, who is awesome. Got a chance to have him on my radio show over the summer, and it was awesome because Barry is awesome. And I'm probably going to say that several times over and cherish every time this man tells a story, right? Because one of the great things about Barry Switzer is that he's got so many stories and he's got so many ways of communicating to you what it means to be associated with Oklahoma football. One of my favorite stories is him going at halftime to give a phone call to Billy Sims on payphone talking about, hey, I'm in the middle of this game, but I want you to know I need you up here to play some ball. And referee's going, you got to go coach the game. And it's like, see, you got to go coach the game. Among other things, right? And he was this close to landing Earl Campbell, and Daryl K. Royal was shaking in his boots about how he could go. You could hear about how Switzer would talk to most people and how he would basically recruit you with a wink, man. I mean, some of the stories are great, and I'm going to have to unpack them further. How he dealt with Brian Bosworth as a personality, how he dealt with Jamel Holloway as a personality, and on and on and on with Jim Donnan and Gary Gibbs. But the reason that I wanted to do this particular upload is because I came across my Twitter feed, if you follow me on Twitter at RJ_Young, that Barry Switzer throwing the horns down. I was like, wait, what? Well, Barry himself tweeted about it. What had happened was he's driving and he has a blowout in his tire. And if you know anything about Barry, you know that he's an older man. And a kiddo, I say kiddo, 37-year-old man got out of his car. His name's Francisco DeSoto, and he helped change Barry Switzer's tire. And they both threw the horns up in a photo that Barry shared. And he's like, look, I was stranded in rush hour traffic, and this dude pulled over to help me out, did not know who he was helping. So I threw the horns up, for which I'm going, yes! This is the world that I want to live in. I want to live in the world where you don't know that that's Barry Switzer that you're helping, that you just pull over because you see somebody that is in need of some help and you got two good hands and a strong back and you know how to use a jack. I want to live in a world where Barry Switzer would tell us that happened and not feel the least bit of shame or any sort of guilt about throwing up the horns up. And want to tell everybody that Francisco DeSoto exists and that this is a thing that happened because so much of this world sucks. So much of what we have to deal with and what we live through sucks. So much strife in all matters of life. And this is a college football centric channel, right? But I got to share these sorts of stories because they give me some measure of hope. And I hope they give you some measure of hope. And I think the more that we could do that on a day-to-day basis, the better it could be. Because, look, OU football, Texas football, hate, cool. I'm here for it. I make all the jokes about Texas football while also wanting Texas to be good because people care about the Big 12 when Oklahoma and Texas are both good. And I would love to see the Big 12 become the new class of what college football is. But that doesn't seem like it's going to happen anytime soon. So until then, going to look for all the other ways outside of football to be like, you know what, the University of Texas is actually a really great school, and most people would know it. It's one of the greatest public schools in all of America, and Austin, as many people will tell you, is a great city, but when Barry Switzer is on the side of the road, I want anybody to help him. I want somebody to make sure that he's okay, and that it would be a stranger, a mechanical engineer from El Paso who does not know from Barry Switzer. I just love that story. I think it's one of the great stories. I think that it's going to be a story that we continue to tell along with all the other ones for which we tell about Barry Switzer and how he is central to not just Oklahoma football, but to college football. All right. Deuces.